Yeah, happy to start, Liz.
Okay, thanks, Chair.
Okay, thanks, Liz. Welcome, everyone. I'll just start by reading the introductory note. May I remind everyone present that the meeting is being live streamed as well as recorded via the internet, and this recording will be archived for future viewing. Could all participants please mute themselves when not speaking in order to avoid any background noise or feedback when other participants are speaking. If a participant wishes to speak, can they please put their hand up if you can be seen on screen, or use the yellow raise hand function. Please ensure that all debate is raised verbally and not via the chat function for the sake of the recording. This chat function may be used to highlight any technical issues and or to grab the attention of the chair or Democratic Services Officer. If any participant has difficulty hearing or being heard when you're addressing the committee, then let the chair or Democratic Officer know. If you have a webcam, then try turning this off, as this will help broadband or Wi-Fi bandwidth so you can at least hear and be heard. Okay, thanks for coming, everyone. We'll get right into it. Agenda item 1, apologies. I've received 2, one from Councillor Anne Asbury and another from Lucy Barrowclough. So are there any other apologies for tonight?
None further through to myself, Chair.
Great, thank you, Liz. And I can't see any other hands, which is good. So we'll move on to 2. So the minutes of the meeting held on 9th of March. I'm happy with them as they are. So I'm happy to move those if anyone would like to second that. Thanks. Thank you both. Agenda item 3, any declarations of interest? Oh, Councillor Payne.
Yeah, can I declare that I am Vice Chair of Vale Youth Forum, so therefore I will be stepping out of the meeting at this stage on item 4.
Okay, thank you for that, Helen. Are there any others? Councillor Goodjohn?
Yes, I'd like to declare personal interest. Reese, my son, is on the Vale Youth Forum and a member of the committee.
Okay, thank you for that, Emma. I can't see any others. Great. I'd also just like to take the chance to welcome Ghislaine, who's a new co-opted member as a parent governor secondary representative. So I'd like to welcome her to the committee and hope she enjoys it as much as everyone else does. Great. So we'll move on to agenda item 4. It's the only substantive agenda item tonight. So Tara, I know, is the responsible officer. If Tara's around, yeah.
I'll start with that, if that's okay, Councillor John.
Yeah, absolutely, Maureen, take it away.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. For some reason, I thought it was item 6 on the agenda. I got that wrong. Okay, so this report has come about because following changes to the Youth Cabinet Constitution to support participation agenda back in October 2021, we realised that there may not have been sufficient clarification as to representation from young people on our Learning and Culture Scrutiny Committee that we're all on today. So currently, the Scrutiny Committee has 2 representatives from the Vale Youth Forum, and they're non-voting observers. Now that the Vale Youth Council is becoming a singular route for young people to sit within the Learning and Culture Scrutiny Committee. Now, what this means is that Vale Youth Forum members can still be part of the Vale Youth Council. That is not a problem at all. And we would obviously welcome them to be part of that, because it is one of the many groups where young people have a voice and are able to participate in decision making. It's one of the many groups who feed into that. But what we are proposing is that for this year, 23-24, we have 2 seats from the Vale Youth Forum to continue, and then 2 seats from the Vale Youth Council, just for the year 23-24, and then from 24-25, 2 seats would just be with the Vale Youth Council. And obviously, members of the Vale Youth Forum could be those members if they were duly elected by the Vale Youth Council. Tara, do you want to add to anything that I've said there?
Thanks, Maureen. I think that covers it, really. There isn't anything else really outlined in the report, I don't think.
Okay, thanks, Tara. Are there any questions anybody would like to ask, either of myself or Tara?
Yeah, Councillor Marshalsea.
I think it's amazing that we obviously want young people to be involved with this as much as possible. It does seem a shame to me that we've got a really active group who have been coming to meetings. It seems a shame to just sort of change that. I fully support that we have the Vale Youth Council coming along, but I would like to propose the possibility of having one from the Youth Council in the following year and maybe one from Vale Youth Forum.
Although I obviously respect your suggestion, but Vale Youth Forum members can be part of the Vale Youth Council. So they would still be able to be represented through the Vale Youth Council. Am I
do
not?
Understand. I don't understand why one is just being taken away in favour of the other.
The Vale Youth Forum isn't a council group. So what was agreed in the report from October 2021 is that there are a number of groups that feed into the Youth Council, but it's the Youth Council as a council organisation that would be represented on this scrutiny.
Okay, I kind of think if we've got an active group, we should try and maintain both, would be my thought.
Tara, do you want to come in on that?
Yeah, I mean, I just to echo what Maureen was saying, really about us trying to engage with as many groups of young people as we can in terms of accessing the newly formed Vale Youth Council. We're looking to just speak to a variety of organisations and special interest groups and encourage as many young people to be engaged in that process as possible. So I guess that's we're trying to create a group where each individual special interest group or existing group could come in through that youth council.
Did you want to come back on that, Naomi?
Yeah, I understand it in many ways, but you know, from what I've picked up on, is the Vale Youth Forum is, you know, it's been quite a cross section of society of youth and young people aimed up to 25, and apologies, and it seems from what I'm gathering is that, you know, they stepped away from working with the council as much because it did feel a lot of box ticking rather than just being able to sort of go on their own agenda in many ways. I'm not saying we don't want the youth council whatsoever. I just think it just seems a shame if they're already engaged, why we can't have both. They're non-voting members. They're there to just take part in it.
I'm not suggesting that we couldn't have both, but this is about what was agreed from the October 2021 report, that members would be from the Vale Youth Council. So this today is about clarifying that the Vale Youth Council would be the vehicle through which young people will be elected to scrutiny, to sit on scrutiny from 2024. And for the interim period 23-24, we will have both Vale Youth Council and Vale Youth Forum for that period.
Okay. Rhys Goodjohn.
Thank you, Chair. Though it is important that the Vale Youth Council has representation on learning and culture, I do agree it is equally important to keep representation from the Vale Youth Forum as well. With the Youth Forum being an independent organisation and the Youth Council being more official, these two organisations have unique experiences and opinions, and it's important we are able to hear the voices of both of them. I would suggest to the committee that the Vale Youth Forum and Youth Council have two non-voting observers on the committee each, and for representation from both organisations to continue.
Can I come back in on that, if that's okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Rhys. You spoke very eloquently there. I'm not sure if that could give cause for concern from other groups who also feed into the Vale Youth Council, who may also then wish to have their own seats, for want of a better phrase, on scrutiny. You know, we are saying that Vale Youth Forum could still be part of Vale, and we would hope that they would be part of the Vale Youth Council, and they could be those representatives. So Rhys, you could still be that representative on the Vale Youth Council who sits on scrutiny if you're part of the Vale Youth Council as well.
So what's the mechanism for people who are on the youth forum to be a part of the youth council? Do you know?
Do you want to take that one, Tara?
So the youth council really currently is an open opportunity for young people to get involved, and we're seeking ways in which we can make that as accessible as possible to as many different groups as possible. But yeah, you know, the youth council is open really to anybody who's keen to be involved.
Okay, thank you. Martin Price.
I was just going to ask some clarity as to why it's necessary. Is this the Vale has set up the Vale Youth Council as well as the Vale Youth Forum already being there? Because the Vale Youth Forum has been in existence for a long time. Is this so? Which groups would not be in the Vale Youth Forum and would be in the Vale Council, Youth Council?
Tara, do you want to take that?
So the Vale Council, the Vale Youth Council, is made up of a variety of young people, anybody interested that wants to be involved, which could include groups from the Vale Youth Forum if they wanted to be engaged. So the Vale Youth Forum is an independent organisation. The Youth Council, the Vale Youth Council, is run by the council, the youth service within the council.
So is there a particular reason why the council was set up? Is there something other than the Vale Youth Forum being independent? Is there another reason why it was necessary for the council to set up a council, a youth council? And I'm just a bit at sea as to why, with a new entity has been set up, which sounds very like the Vale Youth Forum. Am I missing something here? That's all. I'm just.
Yeah, I see Paula wants to come in on that, I think.
If I could come in there. The Vale Youth Council isn't a new youth group. It's been in place for many years within the council, and indeed councils are expected to establish these types of groups. So this isn't a new proposition. The cabinet report that was referred to earlier was an attempt to actually clarify arrangements, because there had previously been some confusion. As I said, it's an attempt to clarify, and the Vale Youth Council has been in place for many years. I don't know whether Tara can give more detail as to how long.
I think the youth cabinet has been in place for a number of years, and the cabinet report that went in 21 looked to broaden the opportunity for young people to be engaged within the cabinet. So formerly the only route into that council-run group was through the Vale Youth Forum. So the report of 21 suggested that we could open that up to have young people from a Vale Youth Council, which would broaden the opportunity to be able to be involved in the youth cabinet. We are in a position where we're building that youth council now to be able to restart the youth cabinet, you know, as we progress. Was that clear?
Can I also add to that the Vale Youth Council is a council organisation. The Vale Youth Forum isn't Vale Glamorgan Council organisation.
Okay. I don't know if Martin wants to come back on that, but thanks for that. Councillor Penn.
Thank you, Chair. I would just like to second Naomi's proposal, if I can. And I know council matters and things can be a little dry sometimes, and increasing participation from younger people than us is a good thing. So how do we get people more enthused to participate?
Okay, thank you, Elliot. Councillor Lynch-Wilson.
I would just like to say that I agree with Naomi's proposal. I think anything we can do to get younger people involved, and they have been involved for quite some time. So I feel it seems a bit strange that we're now coming, that we're just because we've got another section of younger people, that we're going to ignore a section of younger people who've engaged with us for quite a while. And it is very difficult to get people interested in the things we do. So I think once we've got them, I think we should do our very best to keep them. And that's my feelings on it.
Thank you, Julie. Councillor Hodges.
Thank you. A simple question, really. I was just wondering what sort of numbers we're talking about of both groups.
I can speak for the current youth council, the newly established. We're working with currently around 15 or 16 on the list, but we're ever looking to increase that. So we're working with schools currently going in and advertising, but also we are looking to, as I said, work with other groups so that maybe it's not that there's a special interest or a topic may come up that is of interest to young people. It's about how we can use that group to maybe go out and speak to more young people and bring their thoughts back to the table. So, but at the minute, there are a core group of around 15 or 16 that are involved directly with the youth council.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Gilligan. Are you there, Wendy? Might be an accident.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I was having problems. I was touching to switch everything on. It wasn't working. I think we should go for the proposal. Our youth is the future, and without them, there will be no future because we're not going to last forever. So I think, we need to get them involved. We need to hear their views because they're the ones dealing with everything on a daily basis. We could go out to young workers, because until the youth go into the working environment, they don't know what the best practices are. So we could share their views. And I think, we should go with this proposal and make the youth our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. So Reese has got his hand up. I don't know if that's a legacy hand or a new one.
It's not a legacy hand. My issue with the recommendation is that the youth forum is a separate organization with its main focus now being an independent voice, while the youth council is a council organization. So we kind of need both voices. Some people on the youth forum might not want to join the youth council. So what do we do with those young people?
Thank you, Reese. So I think we've got a proposal from Councillor Marshalsea to have the Youth Council and the Youth Forum both represented on the committee. Naomi, would that be correct? Two of each. If you want to jump in.
Or one of each.
Okay.
If it only works to two, or two of each. You know, it's non-voting members, so
Sure.
You know, I could be wrong, Reese, but I think other than yourself, I'm probably the youngest, other than you, on this group. You know, and I'm 42. The more the better in my eyes, really.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. That's fine, and I think Elliot seconded that. You still happy with that, Elliot? Yeah. And I'm happy with that as well, to be honest. So unless there's anyone against that, speak now, forever hold your peace.
So is it 2 or 4?
I mean, I'm happy to suggest that. So there's the where are we? So it says 2 representatives from the Vale Youth Forum and 2 from the Vale Youth Council for 23-24. So if Naomi's happy, we could keep that. What's going to be in place for 23-24 and just keep it permanently. If everyone's okay with that.
I'm happy to support that.
Okay, good. And then that'll be the recommendation that goes forward to full council. If that's okay, Liz, if everything's all right with that. I presume it is. There we go. So thanks, Naomi, for that. Great.
Sorry, Chair. Yes, I was on mute. Yes, thanks
That's
for the
okay.
clarification on the recommendation there. Thank you.
Good, no problem. And that's it for today. That was the only substantive agenda item. So 22 minutes. That's not bad. So thanks everyone for coming and contributing, and see you all next month.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.